Good evening, welcome to another Psychward here on NG Digital. My name's Andy Haynes and we kick off tonight with a track from the new Tame Impala album, Currents. This is called Eventually.
Got to be
Okay, that was called Eventually, and it's by Tame Impala. It's from their current album, which is called Currents, which is their third album. It marks a shift in their sound from what was generally sort of psychedelic rock to psychedelia with synthesizer, basically, as the main instrument. It was written and recorded by Kevin Parker in his home studio in Fremantle, Western Australia. It's been out a couple of weeks. It's in all good shops, and we'll be playing another track from this album later in the show. It's quite a big event in psychedelia circles. We're going to move on with a track from a band called Splash, which has two H's at the end, and they're coming to Nottingham in October to play at Rock City alongside Peace and another band called Yak, who will play as well a bit closer to the time. But this is from Splash's album Comforts, and it's called So Young. Okay, Splash there with two H's, which is very groovy indeed. With So Young from their album Comforts, which is actually a year or so old now, but I think there'll be some new material in the offing before they go on tour with Peace in October, which is visiting Nottingham Rock City as well. So if you're local and want to get down to that, there's three great bands on, so get down there and also get down there early. While we're talking Nottingham, we're going to move a little bit closer to home now. Crows Rosa have a new EP out which is called Pantophobia. It's available on their Bandcamp, which is crowsrosa.bandcamp.com. £2.50 digitally, or it's also available as a full 12-inch vinyl record, which is there for £6 with 5 excellent tracks, of which this is one. It's called Widow Breeder.
I
Closer Rosa there with Widow Breeder from their new EP Pantophobia, available on their Bandcamp, which is closerrosa.bandcamp.com, and they'll be playing around about Nottingham soon. They've got nothing announced at the moment, but hopefully they'll have some gigs soon to plug that EP, and we'll be there. Anyway, we're going to move on to Pond now. This is from their recent album, Man It Feels Like Space Again, and it's actually called Man It Feels Like Space Again, so enjoy.
We can talk by the river. We can walk right into the sea. I haven't talked much lately. Maybe that's why you never talk to me.
Okay, that was Australia's Pond there with the title track from their current album, Man, It Feels Like Space Again. And if you'd like to hear your music on this show, I'd love to hear from you. You can send your MP3s and biographies, details of what you're up to, things like that, any live dates coming up. To me, my email address even is andy.knotslive@gmail.com. That's andy.knotslive@gmail.com. Always love hearing from you, and really itching to play your music. We're going to move a bit closer to home from Australia now, and Nottingham Spaceships Are Cool, which is a wonderful name. Currently, sort of not released anything for a little bit of time because main man Rob Madison is been busy with his Revenge of Calculon band. Who, they do some sort of funky sort of thing with just bass and keyboards and loads of 1950 B movies films playing in the background. But I do digress. Spaceships Are Cool currently released 2 LPs, and this is the title track of the second of them. It's got a really ace accompanying video as well, so check that out on YouTube as well. This is Spaceships Are Cool, and it's called We Were Here. Spaceships Are Cool there. I keep slipping today. I'm really, really sorry. And that was called We Were Here, which is the title track from their second LP. They've actually got new music available. If you go to their SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/spaceships-r-cool, you'll find a new track called Sleepless in Shibuya, which we will play for you. Either next week or the week after, we will bring that track to you. But you can hear it and download it now on their SoundCloud. So please do so. We're going to move to a track that's Northern Star Records, which are based in the south of England, release regular psychedelic compilations, and this is on the first of these. It's by Opium, and it's called Space Garden. something a little bit different for you there from Space Garden, and that was called Opium. If you want a decent overview of modern underground psychedelic music, you could do a lot worse than pick up one of the Northern Star compilations. NorthernStarRecords.com is the place to go. I've got about 5 or 6 compilations, and each and any one of them has many different types of band, types of music on, so you can pick any of them and get a fairly decent overview of the diversity that's out there. And we'll sort of continue with that theme, another sort of lengthy experimental track now from North California's Carlton Melton. I'll tell you a little bit more about them after this track. So it's quite lengthy, and it's one for you to sort of sit back in the armchair and have a bit of a relax to, and close your eyes and just drift yourself away with the music. This is from their album called Out to Sea, which has been out a few weeks now, and it's called Similarities. Okay, when I started this show, I wanted to showcase many diverse elements of what's going on in modern psychedelic music. You know, we're giving a nod to the past as well, though I've not done that so much tonight. And probably sort of like this has probably been the track I've had most deliberation about whether to play or not. But I hope you appreciate. I hope you enjoyed it and appreciated what I'm trying to showcase there. Carlton Melton, a track called Similarities, and basically they are a band that say come out of Mendocino County in Northern California, and basically an experimental, as you could probably gauge from that. Experimental psychedelic band featuring Andy Duval, Clint Golden and Rich Millman. They record basically everything live in a giant dome in their associate Brian McDougall's house, and it's all improvised, no rehearsals, no take twos. Anything you hear is take one. It's experimental, all instrumental, but perfect for sort of like, you know, just listening to your headphones, sort of like closing your eyes and letting yourself drift off and immersing yourself in the music, as I said before. And they say themselves on their website it's not for everyone, but it's really, really interesting and really nice as well. It's from their album Out to Sea, which has been out for 3 or 4 weeks now on Agitated Records. Really, really hope you enjoyed that and enjoyed sort of something a little bit different this evening. Well, that's almost it for the show. I've got one more track to play. As I said earlier, one thing that I really like to feature is a lot more underground, unsigned music. So if you're listening, you're an unsigned band or know an unsigned band or your promoter that puts on unsigned music, let people know and get in touch with me. I've got an email, andy.knotslive@gmail.com, which you can send your MP3s and biographies. I'm also on Twitter in two guises really. One for the show. The show's Twitter account is at Dr. Andy Psychward, and my own personal one is at I am DJ Andy Haynes. While I'm at it, the radio station also has a Twitter at NG Digital UK. So in all those 3 channels, we'd love to hear from you, and we will get back to you and say any music you send us, everything will be listened to, and hopefully everything will be played on this radio show. Like I say, we're going to leave you with one last track, and as promised at the start of the show, it's a track from the new Tame Impala album, Currents, and Tame Impala probably sort of like been responsible more than anyone for sort of like a recent resurgence in psychedelic music into the mainstream, but it's really pleasing that they're not content with sort of like sticking to the same formula and sort of really exploring the boundaries of where psychedelic music can go. And Kevin Parker, who basically recorded everything on this album, has really sort of like really beginning now to stretch the boundaries of what psychedelic music can do. Really, really impressed with the new Tame Impala album. It's called Currents, and this is from it. I'm going to leave you with it. It's called New Person, Same Old Mistakes. It's a good night from me.
what I like. The point is I have the right. Not thinking it black and white. Thinking it's worth the fight. Soon I'll be out of sight. Knowing it all this time. Coming with what I always longed for. Feel like a brand new